Okay, Coach, we are just west of downtown Denver off of I-25 at Empower Field at Mile High. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. Two one-loss teams set to lace it up. This ought to be fun, and we're underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down. At the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
Mike. 180. Mike. I'm coming.
Off the play fake. Here's Trubisky. The completion good. This is Eric Ebron. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Trubisky. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there at 22. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Trubisky will throw. And the Raiders have got him. Credit the sack to Von Miller. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination.
Hey, Zoo. 53. Alert, 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 alert.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They get a big amount back, 18 yards, but they'll still look at a 4th down now. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. Tucker, a career 70% success rate from 50-plus. Just incredible. And the All-Pro is money from distance again there.
They ought to give him 4 points for field goals from some of the distances that this guy makes them from.
And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25.
Let's go. 10 logo. Check 53. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Check. Spin.
Sony Michel, his first carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
He's not going to get me.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, Trubisky. Caught by Jones. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a first down. So here's a first and 10 at the 38. Here's Trubisky to throw. He finds his target, Ebron. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41. Now it's Trubisky. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now left side on the swing pass. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. They begin with Michel on the ground, and he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. On the toss, here's Michel. And he's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down. The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. Mayfield down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. You know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether it's seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Now the pass finding its way into the hands of Eric Ebron. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Trubisky. It's complete to Diggs. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Stephon Diggs His second touchdown on the season. And the Broncos able to show off their quick strike ability. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And he's got it to make it now 13-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, Mayfield. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. And again, it's Mayfield. And that will be incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down. Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And some room to maneuver. Denver has the first down. The play going for 15 yards.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They run it with Jacobs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Trubisky. And Diggs has it. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a first down. Trubisky now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10. Running the jet sweep with Jones. He'll have a first down inside the 10. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move, and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of them.
And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Mitchell Trubisky with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Broncos push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and that pushes the lead up to an even 20. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
No, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
The Raiders on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10. Mayfield looks to throw to Michel on the screen. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Well contained there defensively. The screen gets only a yard, and it's 4th. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be taken at the 10. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of the defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
Play action. It's Trubisky going deep for Diggs. And this will be caught at the 30. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 42 yards. What a first half this has been offensively. I mean, defensively, what do you do when you're getting torched like this?
Now, these receivers are absolutely wearing them out. So 2 thoughts come to mind. 1, get some oxygen. You can fill up your lungs a little bit. And number 2, talk to your guys up front. You need a pass rush to help slow them down.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake, here's Trubisky. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Trevor Williams with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Unfortunately for him, if last week was any indication, we knew a pick was coming at some point. Last week it was interception after interception, and here we go again.
We actually quit counting last week at a certain point because I thought I was going to run at the fingers, all right, because I'm not all that skilled as a mathematician. But you're right. It felt like a matter of time. And you got to think the guys on defense, they couldn't wait for this opportunity after what they saw on tape.
Give them 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. That's to his running back, Sony Michel. Well, the ball is out. Michel lost it. It's picked, and he coughed it up. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver.
Ready. 53 is the mark. Yeah. Hit it.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nigel Bradham flying in and laying the lumber defensively.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Taco Charlton, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in his second week of the regular season. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is fielded at the 7. So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Eric Ebron, 82 yards. And the Broncos push further out in front. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
On the ready.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Typically down in the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. I mean, you've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
Take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. It's caught by Aguilar. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. The safety, Rashad Jones, brings him down. On 2nd and 7, Trubisky. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdowns scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep him warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
What do you think, Brandon? I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now Mayfield. That's out to his running back, Michelle. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
From the 30 on 2nd down, Trubisky, left side caught by Diggs. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down.
Watch the pass.
They'll try and run for it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Here's Jamie Gillen now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run out of the gun with Michelle. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Mayfield on play action. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Mayfield. Open man is Samuel, complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? Not like any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Move the chains, a gain of 7 on third down. This quarterback now rebounding nicely after the interception. He's hit 4 straight to start the drive. It's first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Big Shaq Lawson gets the sack there.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, and he'll get that to Michelle, complete.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Let's go, D. Tighten up.
On third down, Mayfield completes it to Aguilar. And they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So 2 missed field goals for him now, and that's helped keep them with a big 0 on the scoreboard.
Well, it's not the only reason they have a 0. The offense has been bogged down a few times now, but it's certainly not helping the cause any at all.
Give him 9 there on the first down completion. On second down now, it's Jacobs. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A huge play there for Denver. 44 yards on the ground. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They'll run it with Jacobs. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. On second down, Jacobs. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Josh Jacobs, his first touchdown here of the new campaign as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. And it's Michelle once again. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the ground, Michelle. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. That one brought in by his tight end, Adam Shaheen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them.
As Sanders has it poked free, and the Raiders pick it up. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they've dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback and the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Kyle Rudolph. His first touchdown of the new season. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Prater for the extra point as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. This fielded at the 2.
Good work, boys. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But, yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Hassan Reddick. Credit him with a sack, and it goes as a loss of 6. The Raiders on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 16. Mayfield down. And that is incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. "51 yards on the punt there. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. We've got a lopsided game here. I don't know, Charles, what does the handbook say that we discuss when we've got a game like this in the fourth quarter?
Hold on a second. Let me thumb to the proper page on that. Know what it says?
What?
Let's discuss how we got here. This is a dominant performance, where they took control of this game, how they managed to keep control of this game, and then we go ahead and think about how we're going to leave here and get to the airport. In a lopsided blowout, the roads are usually open.
Now it looks like we've got a Bronco that's banged up on the play. We'll step aside and get a report when we come back to Denver. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll slice his way down to the 30 with a pickup of 7. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jacobs now trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on 1st down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd.
Check 53. Check 53 is mine. You better be afraid of me. You better be afraid of me. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Peek in. Red, tuck. Yep. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Who's that? Who's that? Is that yours? Is that yours? Who's that? Hey. Hey. Hey.
So that'll back him up 5. So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll be spotted on the right hash, a 52-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
A bit of an opening there on the 1st down run as they get this forward for about 6 yards. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Broncos, they make amends for their Week 1 loss by winning their home opener, and they'll get to stay home again next week. Meanwhile, for Oakland, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
bags from Prada. Rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When it come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Are you ready?
Get ready, dog.
This be the green light, go. Tires burn the pavement. People wanna know where Mace, Pops, and Dave went. Still here, still in your ear with a style so hot, you'll see where all the sun rays went. Legs, arms, the head, all being moved in a frenzy. The blends be all the right cred, meaning credentials. Best of both worlds when we rockin' over pearls in the instrumental. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady, to the letter rock. Turn it up, we giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind? Gentlemen. When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. Sick with the talk, passing your receiver. All about running the spot. And you know we got breath control, so no need to take a breather. Cardio kingpin, subjugate the dub play. And you know we can't wait to bring spins. A-star quizzes, A+ the final.